I am. I have a client who's giving me a headache.
Alright.
What's going on there?
Oh, our friends are having a fun.
I've done a few other short films, some in collaboration with other people. It's been a passion for a while, yes.
This is the first film I did. I had a great counterpart, a fantastic director. It made it so much easier and a lot of fun.
Just told me, there's a part that looks more like you. You want to try something? Just flow with it. So I never knew it was going to be, I never knew the big picture. So he just came and said, walk in it, just do something. So it was my first time. Great cast. I think he had a brilliant idea. So I just walked into it.
First, I want to establish what the story was so that you know what you're talking about.
What I got from the story, even when you fall, there's still room to get up and brush yourself and you move on with life.
I think to me the story is relevant and it's something that happened in day-to-day life. It's like we say, a story we hear every other day, and like she said, she related with some parts of it. Yeah, so it's a story I've heard over and over, you know, where someone probably drinks a lot, sleeps around, and they have this void in them that they don't know.
So what are the main concerns in the story? I get alcohol, I get abuse, and how that's the effect of that on the people. So are there any other concerns? Let me just begin with the audience. Yeah, is it the Nairobi cold or you didn't even watch the film?
I think there was also the theme of hope, just when the lady's life was coming from bad to worse, and then all of us, and then she found herself and found someone to a life partner. So yeah, thank you.
I'm an animator. I was basically very pleased and happy with the performance. I thought Sharon was very relatable. It's basically just this, it's either you or a friend that you know behaves in that way, and I thought that was very brilliant. Another thing I'd like to point out was the language, the use of language. It was basically the way we all talk, and I think that also added to the fact that, you know, making the show very relatable, and it was very enjoyable. Thank you.
For the crew, the actor, the actress, I really think you did your best.
Thank you on behalf of the team.
Yes, and then the guy who was kicked out. I don't know. I think I have a little issue with you. At some point, I thought you were smiling. I don't know whether it's your face or I don't know if I'm the only one who saw that.
My name is Sammy Wawero, a film director and an actor. I felt there was something lacking. Oh, yeah, there was something lacking, yeah, for the part. Even before you utter any word, the look tells a lot. It's sometimes acting is not about those words. Even the facial expressions are very important.
The film was quite good. The video, camera angles, clarity and everything. I'm critical on the sound. There's some places on the sound I had some distortion and couldn't hear anything.
Yes.
So I think that limiting should be done a little bit on the sound.
It's both sound, camera guy and everything. So yeah, sometimes you miss one or two things. So yeah, totally. That to me was the biggest letdown, so I agree. What we did is, like they said, we sort of changed the script a bit. So I wanted to see what could work, what couldn't work. So from here, this was just to get guys' feedback and see how far it can go. Then hopefully now the next project, now we do a proper mini for them, because we didn't even have a budget. So.
Lawrence Magi, I'm a film and theatre student in Kenya University. Yes, and you've watched two of my films, Reflections and Forgotten.
Hi. Hi. Yes, I'm Faith. I'm also doing theatre arts and film in KU. Yes, I acted a part in Forgotten.
Maybe why did you set out to tell these two stories? Why did you not tell another story?
Yeah, for the first film, Forgotten, it was mainly an adaptation of the recent attacks that happened in El Ade, I think a year ago or two, I'm not sure. Yeah, it was just basically an adaptation of that. It showcased how this lady was, because she hadn't gotten any information about her husband, she thought he was dead. So she just moved on with the brother later on to find him with the brother. But for reflections, we partnered with someone else. Her name is Eve Gitonga. She's in Australia. The filming was done in Australia. I was the scriptwriter, co-editor, and also co-director. It was mainly about a lady who was suffering from self-esteem issues, and it brought out how people are victimized on their appearance, but also by the title Reflections, we do not look at this other side of the people, let's say, because we adapted it also from the recent incident of where we saw a girl on the internet that she was cyberbullied and then she killed herself.
So, from the story, I think we now need to move to the themes. Maybe we've tackled a bit of that in the story section, but I would like to get to know the specific concerns. What do you think were the specific concerns that were being addressed?
I feel like I would have wanted to know what happened after the father came back from the war. That would be where I'd be really interested in finding out what happened. What are the series of things that happened after he came and he found that his wife and his kids have moved on with his brother. That would have been really, really interesting to know.
I think with our films as Miracats, we always love leaving people in suspense. We do not like finishing off the story. We finish the subtext in the story, but the whole story we kind of leave it hanging, so that you cannot say, you can go home thinking about it, what could have happened, what could have happened if this happened or that. But yes, I get you.
We didn't clearly show that part kwenye watu wanasema ati alimove with the brother. Me, I didn't see that. In fact, I was assuming the brother was living with them, and then vile baba alienda they continued staying together, and then mtoto vile alizaliwa akajua undo baba. But you didn't clearly bring out ati the mom got involved with the brother. I didn't see that. And then reflection, when the lady alistab mwingine aki bring out your knife, ilikuwa clean. It was clean.
And the brother, and also if you are keen enough to notice that after they had this other kid, now the wife of the soldier, she was also expectant, meaning that the brother also slept with her.
Okay, I felt like the plot was a bit static. I know what you're doing with the Ninis, but because the dialogue was minimal, maybe we needed to see a bit more, then you wouldn't need the dialogue. And then if you had developed the character a bit more, I think, so that now we relate, because you're talking about something internal, so we need to first know who it is, then now we can get into their head. But other than that, I think we are on a good track.
Thank you.